Time for the Measure book discussion led by Melissa. Yay! So excited for your conversation tonight. I think it's going to be a good one. And of course, I'm bummed to miss it. But I wanted to also be involved in a little bit of a way. And I invited a couple of my friends to read the book. I knew they were going to be out here with us. And that then we could have a little bit of discussion to contribute to what you're going to talk about tonight. One of those friends is Mike. So after this little video here, I'm going to follow up with the little 5-minute clips of the discussion that I had with 3 people. But before I do that, I want to remind everybody that I still have, I think, 7 tickets for our field trip in April. If you have not and you would like to reserve a spot, I just need a $10 Venmo, and I sent the Venmo handle to Melissa, so you can just scan that and send it to me and secure your spot for that field trip. Now, I don't want to go into the details on this video, but I can either send the details to you if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you're someone that's sitting there new, or everybody there can certainly fill you in on the details too. So we still have 7 spots, $10 Venmo to secure your spot. The other thing is that, ladies, I need your help. I need to clear out my winter inventory and make room for some summer gear. And so because you are my beloved book club members, I wanted to let you know that tonight only, you can take home one of the flannels for $25. I think the normal price is $60, but tonight, because you are who you are, I want you to take advantage if you feel like it, if you like them, if there's one that you like, for $25 tonight. All right, stay tuned for a couple discussions, and I can't wait to see you when I'm back in Wisconsin in April. Oh yeah, and then I also have to tell you what our next book is. Stay tuned. Cheers from Arizona, everybody. I think it's gonna be about, I don't know, between 70 and 80 somewhere in the sunshine, and you can see the palm trees. We just wanted to share a little bit about what we thought about the measure. Remember Jen's been at book club before, and she's going to attend in April, so that will be fun. And we're just going to talk a little bit about the measure so I can feel like I'm a little bit a part of the March discussion. So Jen,
Yes.
Would you open the box?
Honestly, I don't think I would. However, I do think that if it came in the mail, I might just accidentally open it.
Right. That's a
But
good...
if I had the choice and the wherewithal, I would say I would not want to know.
So I think, like, if you really think about it, you put it into our perspective. Like, you get a box on the doorstep, you're probably going to open it right away. We're not going to know the, like, being skeptical, but maybe we will be skeptical because we don't know who it's from, because we're not sure if we're going to open it and it's going to be something scary.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I think it probably would happen immediately, because I order Amazon and I forget what I ordered.
Right. Exactly.
Until I open the box again.
And if it was in any way pretty, then,
Yeah.
you wouldn't necessarily be scared.
Right. So it is definitely worth a topic. I thought it would be fun. I don't know how Melissa is going to start out book club, but it would be fun to see, like, if everybody, like, went around and rated the book, and would you or would you not open the box? And I'm really torn on that question, because Mike and I were talking about it, and I was telling him that I so want to know the end result in, like, TV series, not necessarily books or whatever, but I'll read ahead and I'll find out, like, what the end result is. So Mike thinks I'm crazy. He thinks that I would totally open it, and we'll find out later what Mike thinks, what he would do. But so that's kind of interesting, right? Yeah. But I don't think we would live any different. We talked about that too. Like you and I, when we talked about it.
Yeah, but I do think that regardless, especially if you knew other people's lengths, it would make you live with a little more purpose, I think.
For sure. Yeah, definitely.
even if you didn't look at your own,
Mm-hmm.
knowing that it could be short.
Yes.
Which, I mean, that's how it is now.
We should live like our string is short.
We really should.
And then the other thing Jen and I talked about over the last couple days was Ben and Amy's relationship, because I feel like we felt both of us felt like they kind of like dominated the book, right?
Yeah.
And interesting that Amy never looked, but she knew Ben's,
Hmm.
and so
Eventually she knew it. Or did she know it up front?
I think
can't
because
remember in the
I guess I can't remember that either, but he was going to the support group. I know they didn't put two and two together
Yeah.
until much later, but
Yeah.
it was encouraging because they were still be able to have children, even though they were both short stringers. And then the sad part of the book too was that it was yet another way to divide
Yes.
people.
Yeah, it really was.
Mm-hmm.
And very sad.
Yeah.
Very discriminatory, very, because even like politicians or military or whatever, all those involved is
Yeah.
the truth is we have no idea.
We have no idea.
And does that make you less of a person if your life is shorter? I would think not.
Correct.
And I would hope not.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah, it was kind of like a scarlet letter in a way. Like if you had your short string, then you were, ostracized from the community, or people didn't want to be in a relationship with you, which is the saddest part.
Right.
Because those people probably needed it more than anyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know.
Experience love for 10 years rather than nothing at all. No way.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
We want the 10 years of love.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 1 to 10, what did you rate the book?
I'd say probably I'd be up there in an 8.
I agree with that. I would do an 8 too. And I love the thought-provoking and just going deep in some areas, even though we don't have the solution. But
Yeah.
cheers
Have
to the
fun.
measure and discussion. Oh, my girls at book club, we had a nice 81-degree day today.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's good.
You're welcome, even though you're a boy.
Yeah, thank you.
So on our way out to Arizona, we listened to the audiobook The Measure. We had already read it,
Yeah, both
and
read it.
then and then we wanted to listen to it again together, and then kind of write down notes and stuff
Yeah.
as we took it. And so I wanted to have Mike give his input and talk a little bit about The Measure. And my first question, Mike, is would you open the box?
I think the biggest question as it relates to that is, would we? As a married couple, and the book goes into this with relationships, but as a married couple, I would think we're either going to both open the boxes together, or we're not going to open the boxes. It's almost an impossible question to answer,
It is.
but I think my answer is that we would not open the boxes.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be how we would have to live our life without having that as a impediment into how we live, choices we make, good, bad, indifferent. And I think together I would hope that we would make the decision that we wouldn't open the box. Now, I can't trust that she wouldn't.
Right, you guys, because I'm not sure if we've talked about this, but when Mike and I watch a series, or even sometimes Mike will watch a game that is video.
Hold, please. So we're watching a game that I have on DVR, a Badger game, a Brewer game, a Packers game, and I don't know the result. Kari will sneak away to a different room and find out the result, and then come back, and then believe that she can watch the rest of it without tipping me off that she knows the end result.
I do a pretty good job at that. So it's funny because, no, you don't know.
Yeah.
So I get too stressed out. And then like a series that we watch too, like I'll fast forward, or like I'll try to find out like what happened.
Yeah.
So I don't have to get so stressed out. But I also have never, ever read the last couple pages of a book that I am about to read. So I'm super good at that.
Some of you do that. Some of you do that. I think the book is filled with a lot of fantastic questions. It brings prejudice and racism, not racism. It brings prejudice into the fold this was not ethnic, this was not religious, this was not racial, but the string length brought in prejudice into society. Isn't it amazing how that can have a play on all of our lives? This is a fantastic journey that the book is, but isn't it amazing that regardless of creed, religion, race, money, that the prejudice in the measure, the length of your life, was huge in military service, political office, jobs, whatever it was.
Yeah. I think it's interesting because it really, we've had a lot of great discussions about the fact that it's just like another thing that divides. I feel like we just are living in this world where there's something to make us different or apart, or what's the word I'm trying to use, but
Separates us.
separates us. But in reality, like if we really get down to it, we're more alike than we are different. So we had great discussions. We've even had great discussions too with people who have joined us. And you know, it's funny because sometimes we'll say, oh, they must have a long string, just like in joking, but it's amazing how many times it's come up in just different conversations. So we'll end with this, Mike. What was your rating 1 through 10 to the measure?
I would give it an 8.5. I thought it was very good. It was engaging. It pulled me in. I had a hard time putting it down. The ending surprised me twice.
Right.
Because I read it and then I didn't remember.
And we didn't remember, yeah.
So in the audiobook, the ending surprised me twice. I thought it was very good.
Yeah. I'm so happy you read it with us.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Stay warm, everybody.
See ya.
So finally, I'm here with my friend Lisa. You guys all have met her. She came to a book club, and of course, her and Tim are pivotal pieces of Red and White when they are visiting us. And so I asked Lisa, because I knew we'd be together this trip. Little did I know we almost died.
Yes.
We went on a hike yesterday, the day before. I don't know what day it was. I don't know what day it is today, Monday.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we came across a rattlesnake. So first one ever. But we're alive here. So anyway, so Lisa's been to book club and she knows the drill. So Lisa,
Yes.
what did you think of the book 1 through 10 and why?
1 through 10, the measure. I would have to say, for me, probably a 9 or a 10.
Awesome.
I really, and the reason why is because I feel like I can relate to quite a bit of the situations that are in the book and the characters. So you've all read it, so I'm not going to give anything away, obviously. I just feel like life is worth living as we know it. Live life to the fullest every single day. No matter what, I would not open my box.
Oh yeah, that's the other question.
So I know it's going to be a question, but
Yep.
I would not open my box because for me personally, I have a strong faith, and I just believe that God does have basically like a timestamp on us, and we all have our time. And I don't think knowing the length of your life should change how you live it.
Correct. I think that's going to be a general consensus,
I
big
think so, too.
time. I know we've joked around a little bit about just when we've been together these last 5 or 6 days, like we would just comment, oh, that person must be a short stringer or a long stringer.
Or a long stringer.
And it's just kind of one of
By
those...
the way, definitely felt short stringer when we saw the rattlesnake.
That's right.
I think my heart's still left there on the mountain.
Yes. Yep. Well, if it's a short string today, it's a short string today.
That's right.
It's not going to change tomorrow or yesterday. Yeah, so we've had some just different thought-provoking conversations, even with Mike, and I think Tim has a little bit of an idea of what it's about, even though he didn't read it, which is fine.
True.
But we've had enough conversations, and I think it just adds to general conversation,
Absolutely,
right?
it does.
Every day, and appreciating one another, and
Yes, even though we joke about it, you know, oh, Kari, that's a short string comment or whatever.
Yes.
It kind of immediately puts you in perspective.
Yeah.
Really, what is happening in your life at that moment,
For
and
sure.
did that really matter, or live life again?
Yep. One last thing is what I think is pretty evident in the book too is it's just one more thing to divide us,
Oh,
right?
Yes.
So did that surprise you or anger you or?
It definitely did not surprise me, especially because of the way our world is today, unfortunately. It did anger me in the fact that it just brings another way for people to judge each other and to keep them from having certain things like insurance and being able to have certain jobs and things like that. And that's so much like our world today.
Yeah.
I think the switching of the strings between Jack and Javi was an eye opener. I think
Yeah.
for everybody like that affected in the book, but wow, to have that piece in there,
Yeah, that was very,
they're very
really
amazing.
Yeah, kind of a cool part. Gave me the chills when you did
I
that.
know, right?
So many aspects of the book. So thank you for taking the time.
You're welcome.
We all miss you.
We miss you.